Hi everyone, I'm Kippy, the Academic Stitcher, and welcome to my Flosstube. This is a channel about mostly cross stitch, but also some quilting and life stuff and things like that. For those of you who are new, thank you for stopping by. For those of you who have stopped in for the second, third, etc. time, thank you. I would really like to thank everyone who has sent me so many kind notes through email and Instagram, and all asking, making sure I was okay. It's been a while. I think the last time I made a floss tube was back in May, and the summer has just been so crazy. It's weird because I'm at home. That hasn't changed. It's not like I'm going anywhere. But adjustments, even though I work online and I work from home, and I apologize if the wind is making a lot of noise. I work from home, and so there wasn't a lot of adjustment there, but it just seems like this summer was just so busy and so many things going on that I didn't really spend a lot of time stitching or sewing, and I missed it a lot. I was trying to keep up with everyone else's floss tubes and thoroughly enjoyed them. So I just wanted to get back in the habit of talking to everyone every couple of weeks or so. So again, thank you for those of you who were checking up on me. Everything is good as far as my life is concerned. I do have one thing to ask of everyone if you want to hang around till the end. One thing that I would ask for those of you who pray, ask for prayers for, but I'll talk about that at the end. Life stuff. Oh my goodness. Well, this summer, and I teach online. I direct a program, a university program, and so it has been a very busy summer, and not just work. A lot of things around the house have happened. I forever and ever, every summer, I've tried to grow tomatoes and failed miserably. This summer I started following a garden YouTube channel called California Garden TV, Brian, California Garden TV, and it's I'm not really sure how I happened upon his channel, and it's not just for California, even though it's called California Garden. I think now he's changed it to California Garden TV, all climates or something like that. But sorry about my dog. She's still here. But he just has the best advice for growing vegetables and such. And so I found him a little late. I already had my tomatoes planted and all, but I started following his advice as far as fertilizing and the way to water and all. And so even though I have some mistakes because I didn't follow his advice from the beginning, I have had so many tomatoes and peppers, and my flowers are just going crazy. I've had so many tomatoes that I have given them away to family and friends. I've had so much. I've been able to make Priscilla and Chelsea's yard sauce, which is amazing. It is so good, and all from the stuff from my garden. So that was really fun and exciting. So I've been growing tomatoes. I've learned a lot about what not to do, about what to do better, And so I'm already making notes for next year. Um, that that has been really, really a form of escape and relaxation. When work was stressful or just tired of being in the house, I've been able to come out to my garden and just enjoy it. I've grown sunflowers, I've grown zinnias and petunias, geraniums, and all kinds of tomatoes. I've lost count of how many different types of tomatoes, but it's been so much fun. And my backyard when I moved into this house was it's not very big, and the yard had not been maintained. A dog. Um, on the real estate advertisement, it was called Zeroscape, which was code for we haven't done anything with the yard. So I spent some last summer, but even more so this summer, fixing up the yard. I put in a sprinkler system, which has made the biggest difference. And so now my grass is green and it's pleasant to be out in the yard. That has really been where I've spent a lot of time this summer. It's been a form of escape from the house. So I did that. I got a new phone. I got an iPhone. I have never had an iPhone. So my kids were all saying, it's about time, Mom. I've had an Android forever, and there's nothing wrong with Android, but there was a special deal that I found that I got through AT&T for the 11 Pro Max. It has 3 cameras on the back. Can you see? Let's see. There we go. Yeah, 3 cameras on the back. That sold me on it. So I'm still learning how to use it. I don't have a case yet. I just got it connected or whatever, activated. There you go. Activated today. So I've still even got the little plastic on the screen because I don't want to get it scratched. And I haven't gotten a case and I haven't gotten a screen protector. So I'm trying to keep it as nice as possible. Okay, so those are some new things that have happened this summer. What else? I don't know if you can tell. I got new chairs for the patio table, and the others were falling apart. I got this set at a garage sale for $10. That's a pretty good deal. Okay, so I have a glass top table and I had 6 chairs, but all but 2 of the chairs, it had the strap seating, and all but 2 of the chairs, the straps were gone. And I've had them that way for a year, and they've just sat out here. So you can only sit in 2 chairs. Only 2 people could sit in chairs. So I found these at Kohl's online, and they were a really good deal, and they're comfortable. They're great. They match the table. And so I took my old chairs, and I thought about throwing them away. But I hated doing that. First of all, I just hate throwing things away like that. But somewhere online, I saw someone that had some garden photos, and they had old chairs in their garden with vines growing on them and such. I was like, okay, I got 6 chairs. I know exactly what I'm going to do with them. So I've got them sitting around the yard, and no vines yet because I just got these chairs. But I'm looking for things that'll climb and cover them. I think that'll be a lot of fun next summer. So those are the big things. I think I told you that all of my kids live here in town, or they did, until last week. And my oldest daughter and her husband, and their 3 boys, 3 of my 4 grandsons, moved to Oklahoma last week. They changed jobs, and it's a great opportunity for them. But 3 of my 4 boys are now gone. And so I'm sad about that for me, but I'm really excited for them because I think it'll work out really well for them. It's a good place. And while I miss them, and I do miss those 3 boys, I'm very happy for them. So those are the big life things. What about stitching? Because that's really what we're about, right? And so I wanted to show you a couple of finishes first, fully finished. And the first one, I've shown you this before, but not fully finished. This is my suffragette. And this I did with a stitch along with Cheryl and Colleen from Stitching with the Sisterlies. And I absolutely love it. And earlier this week was the 100th anniversary of the suffragette, the final, I believe they said it was Tennessee that passed the 19th Amendment and gave women the right to vote. So timely, there we go. And thanks Colleen and Cheryl for hosting the SAL. This is just on magnets. I can just take it off so I can change this out. But I'm going to leave this one. I've taken all the rest of my 4th of July things down, but this one's going to stay out for the rest of the year. This, in case you're wondering, I think, I don't see anything on the back here. I think I got this at Michael's, but I'm not absolutely sure. Not sure. And the ribbon, I believe I got the ribbon at Michael's too. I got it on clearance. So, suffragette, Little House Needleworks. And sorry, I didn't bring the cover out for that. The other one, and I didn't bring the chart out for this one either. This was the Prim Houses by Lori Holt. Prim Village, I believe. And I believe there were 12 houses. I only did 8. I did them in a row instead of 3 rows of 4. Let's see, can you see? There we go. There we go. And this is also on magnets, so I could take this off if I wanted. I don't really think I will. I'd have to find another very long, very skinny piece if I wanted to switch this one out. This is just fabric that I tore into about it looks like about a 2-inch strip, and then just made the ribbon to go with it. So that the homespun is from Hobby Lobby, and this maroon type fabric, I believe I also got that at Hobby Lobby. I did my own floss conversion. I wanted them to be a little bit more, a little bit richer color. I thought Lori's colors were very pretty, but they didn't really match most of the things in my house. So that was Prim Village by It's So Emma and Lori Holt. I also have 3 finishes. I haven't fully finished them, hopefully, by next time. And if you follow me on Instagram, I think I've shown all of these. But the first one was we started a SAL in January. It was TAS Cinnamon Stars. And I finally finished mine. My goal was to have it finished before autumn. And ta-da! I do have it finished. I still have to fully finish it. But Plum Street Samplers, Cinnamon Stars, and this is my finish. Okay, I used all the called for floss, which was, I believe, Weeks and Classic Colorworks, except for the darkest, the black, which is in the chimney and in some of the stars. I did not have whatever it called for, and I used black coffee instead. But all the rest of them are the called for colors. So, Cinnamon Stars, so excited to have this one finished. I think it's one of the prettiest fall pieces that I've seen, and I love the name. It was so creative, and I can't wait to get that one finished. The next one that I finished is Ye Old Crow Sampler by Heart and Hand. This was a Mania start, and there we go, Ye Old Crow. And again, if you follow me on Instagram, when I posted this, I said I didn't like the idea of putting 2020 on the date. 2020 is going to be the year that I never want to remember. And the reasons are, I mean, the ones that everybody else has, and other reasons too. I just, it's a year that I hope I get to forget. At the same time, I feel like there are lessons to be learned. So while I would like to forget it, it's probably best that I don't. And so I know that's kind of philosophical and maybe not for Flosstube, but that's just kind of the way I feel. I don't want to remember it, but I probably should and learn from it. So I did put 2020 on there. I did use the called for weeks, which is onyx. And this is Monaco that I coffee tea dyed, and so was the other two. They were both done on coffee tea dyed Monaco. This one I think I'm going to make into a pillow. I have some black fabric, black homespun. That's, well, it's actually just about these two colors, and I think that will work out really, really well. And I'm going to put it in a bowl. So hopefully I will have this finished, fully finished, next time, and it won't be 3 months from now. And the other finish that I have was another Mania start. I'll show you this first. This is Blackbird Designs, the July stockings, and I did this one. And I think I said before, we could really do these in any color. Do the little sawtooth stars, and they would go for any holiday. And I heard, by the way, I don't know if you've heard, you probably have, but that Blackbird had re-released those, that some of those, at least some of them, had been discontinued, but supposedly they've all been re-released. So I'm really, really excited about that. And Brenda from Brenda and the Serial Starter, she was the one who showed all of her stockings, and I immediately just fell in love with them and started trying to collect those. I have several, but a bunch of them I wasn't able to find, and so I'm excited to find out, hopefully, that those are being re-released. So I don't think I did the called for colors on this one. I'm almost positive I did not, and right now I can't remember what they were, but I will go back to my notes and I will try to remember to make put it here so that you guys can see what colors that I used. This is the 32 count plaid Lugana from, well, I got it at Fat Quarter Shop. I'm not really sure who the manufacturer is, but it comes in gray and taupe, and this is the gray. And this is, it is not showing up as, sorry about the dogs. You can kind of tell over here a little bit. I coffee tea dyed this one, just a real fast dunk, and it's darker in real life than it's showing up here. So I've also dyed some of this, and I really like working with this. I love the count. I think it's the 32 count is a really good size for me, but I really like the way it looks when it's dyed, and dyed with RIT, but also coffee tea dyed. So the July stocking from Blackbird. Okay, whips. I have quite a few. I only brought the ones that I have worked on most recently. So this one you have seen in the past, Quaker Christmas 2. I really, when I first started, I was hoping to have this done by Christmas. That isn't going to happen, but that's okay. We have to give ourselves some grace in this really weird year. So, Quaker Christmas 2 by Bygone Stitches. I'm doing this on 32 count Lugana. This was antique white, and I Rit dyed it with, I believe, taupe was the one that I used on this one. And since I saw you last, I know I've added this one and some of these small ones, and possibly a little bit more over here. So, but I know I did this one last. So I'm using steamed broccoli for the green and cherry cobbler for the red, which is not what is called for. The called for are a little bit more blue-green and burgundy, and I just chose a color that I like better for Christmas for me. So, Quaker Christmas 2. This was another, I believe this was a Mania start, Long May She Wave by Priscilla and Chelsea. Stitching with the Housewives. I love this one, love this design. I worked on it quite a bit at the end of June and the beginning of July. I've pretty much put it away for now. I'll probably go back to it, but I'm kind of in the mood to stitch fall and Christmas right now. But here is Long May She Wave. I got a lot of the white done, and I'm using the called for. This is 28 count Monaco that I Rit dyed. I like it. I like the color. To me, it looks much more chalkboardy than the Black Ada. But there's nothing wrong with the Black Ada. I just was looking for something that looked a little bit more like a chalkboard, and I thought that this one did. And I believe this is one of the ones that I dyed it like 3 times to get it this dark, which is, it's not a big deal. But if it's something that you want to try, which I would highly recommend it, if you can find the Rit dye. Okay, have you guys noticed, if you are a Rit dyer, how hard it is to find now? Evidently, I don't have kids at home, so I did not know this was a thing during the whole pandemic. But dyeing clothes like sweatshirts, t-shirts, I guess jeans and all kinds of stuff, that is a huge thing for kids during the pandemic. So Rit dye is crazy hard to find. I found some at, let's see, I think I found it at Hobby Lobby, some colors that I had been looking for, but my Walmart is completely sold out. And let's see, I looked for it somewhere else. Maybe I looked at a couple of Walmarts, completely sold out. Crazy expensive on Amazon, like $10 a bottle, where it's like $2.75 at Walmart, if you can find it, $10 on Amazon. I did find some at Hobby Lobby, so I haven't dyed any fabric lately, but I really want to, because, and I didn't bring this one out. Hang on. I'll be right back. Okay. I was looking, when I went looking for dye last, I was looking for a purple, because I got this magazine, Just Cross Stitch, the special Halloween edition. I'm not a big Halloween person. well, I take that back. I don't like witches and stuff like that. Um, but my kids love Halloween, and I love giving out candy. But I don't decorate a lot for Halloween. I don't stitch a lot for Halloween. But I loved this chart. It's adorable. And yes, it does have a little witch in it, and I don't know what I'll do with her. But I thought this was so cute. But look at the fabric, okay? See how it's kind of a pinkish purple, but it's got some movement to it. It's got some modeling, and I thought I can dye that if I can find the right color. So I found purple, and I think I found fuchsia. I can't remember for sure, but I haven't used them yet. But I'm gonna try it out on some other fabrics before I use it on my Monaco. But I just here's a little sneak peek into my haul. But it took a long time to find purple, any of the purples. And so I also went on to Rit's website because they have formulas for you or recipes, so you can get all different kinds of combination, and do all different kinds of combinations and get different colors using their basic colors. But I'm going to try that because I just thought that Halloween chart was so cute. And honestly, that's really the only one in this magazine that I'll probably do. But it was worth it because I just thought that those little kids and that big moon on that purple fabric, I thought that was awesome. So, all right. The other whip that I wanted to show you, the other stitching whip, is one that I follow, Lila's Studio, on Instagram. And she posted last week some of the things that, I don't know if they were new or just some fall things, but I saw this one. And it's called Nevermore. And I do not know why. Again, I'm not a huge Halloween person, but I loved this. And so I looked around, couldn't find it, but she has a website on Etsy. And so I ordered it directly from her. And I had it in just a couple of days. It was super, super fast. And so there we go. A little Edgar Allan Poe. And here's what I've done so far, which is not much. And who was I watching on? Maybe Pam and Steph? I can't remember who I was watching, but they were talking about where they started their projects. And it seems like I'm one of the only people that starts in the bottom left. I know you're supposed to, conventional wisdom says you stitch from the top so that your hands aren't touching the stitching that you've already done. You're touching the fabric, but you're not touching the stitching. I don't know why. I have a hard time stitching when my previous stitches are on top. I do much better when they're on the bottom. So I start in the bottom left and work across to the right and up. And so this is almost the bottom. I had to start here because the piece, or the floss for this bottom row here, or this bottom border, was Gentle Arts Lagoon, which the one place here in town that has floss did not have. 1-2-3 Stitch did not have it. Fat Quarter Shop did not have it. And so I just searched it online. I called Silver Needle in Tulsa. They didn't have it. So I just was searching online, and I found Stitchery Express in Clearfield, Utah, I would highly, highly recommend that if you're looking for something, call them. Cindy was so nice, and I told her what I was looking for, and she said, I have it. I have 4 skeins. How many would you like? And I said, I want all 4 of them. And she said, well, that's good because it's hard to come by. And it's like, yeah, I know. And she said, I got a shipment in today, and I know uniform blue is also one people are looking for. Do you want that? I was like, yes, can I have 4 of that also? So she sent me those, and I had it in 2 days. So she ordered, and this was like on a Saturday afternoon, and she had it in the mail. I got a notice from UPS that night that she had mailed it. So Cindy, Stitchery Express, I believe it's Stitchery Express. If it's not, I will fix that and put it here, but I believe it's Stitchery Express. Just in case. I will put the link below. But in Clearfield, Utah. Order from them because they're awesome. But here are the colors for Nevermore. And here's the lagoon that no one had. And this is coming across a lot bluer. Everything is coming across a lot bluer than it is in real life. These are warmer colors. Even the lagoon has a lot of green in it that I don't think is coming across well. So, but if anybody else is interested in stitching Nevermore, stitch it along with me. It's a beautiful piece. Oh, and this is 40 count mallow linen from 123 Stitch. And in order to stitch on 40 count, I have to have readers and a magnifier and light. I hate to admit that, but yeah, that's what I have to have. But with all of those things, I can stitch on it fairly easily. So if anybody's interested, I just barely got started. I would love to have this done by Halloween. Don't know if that's going to happen, and if it doesn't, that's okay. I think I said that was my last, but oh, I am so sorry. It is not my last. I've got one more, and it is Sunflower Inn by Little House Needleworks. And this is a fun one because, let me see if I can find it over here. There we go. I kind of took a chance and did all the border first. So, and all the border, met up the first time. Oh, it was a good day. So, there we go. This is again a 28 count Monaco coffee tea dyed. I'm really into sunflowers right now. So, those are my whips. I'll do my quilting whips at the end of the stitching in case anybody is not interested in quilting. Finally, haul. It has been a long time since I talked to you. Excuse me, it's getting dry out here. So I had a lot of haul. I did not bring it all out here. Maybe I'll add it in over the next couple of videos or something. But I wanted to show you a few of the things that I have. So, let's just see what we've got. I'm not going to take him out of the plastic because that's too loud, so hopefully I can make this look okay. I got Jolly St. Nick and Rudolph by Stitching with the Housewives. I love him. I think he's adorable. I also got the floss pack. So this one is one of my favorite ones that they have done. I also got a new constellation, Plum Street Samplers. This one I probably won't stitch for a while, but I did also get the floss pack for that one. This one, I saw on someone's Instagram, and I wish I could tell you who it was. I don't remember. Um, but this is Heartstring Samplery Hibernation Day. And if you can see, it says, I love the snap of winter air and snowflakes on my face. How, let's see, how snow drifts make the world disappear without a trace. I'll take a day dressed in pajamas in a room without a view if I can spend the day curled up next to you. Let's have a hibernation day, me and you. I just love that. I think that's so wonderful. So, hibernation day, heartstring samplery. Okay, this one, when I think I'm probably the 457,921st person to show this on Flosstube. I don't care. When I saw Liz Matthews show this on her Flosstube, I immediately ordered the floss and got on the waiting list for the pattern. And I could not wait for it to come in, and that is Quaker Pumpkins. Totally love this. Now, like I told you, I'm not a huge Halloween person, and I don't want to spend the money and the time on this and only have it out for Halloween. So I recharted the words, and the words will say harvest blessings, or I can't remember if blessings plural or just blessing, but I've already got it charted. It fits perfectly, and I can't wait to start this one. In fact, I probably will start it tonight. I want to show you the colors. They're all weeks. Look at that. Those are absolutely the most beautiful colors. And again, they're showing up very much lighter and a little bit bluer than they actually are. They are absolutely gorgeous. Can't wait to start that one. Another one, I love fall. Fall is my favorite time of year. Hands down. I love fall best of all. Let's Talk Autumn by Hands On Design. I got the winter one that was in, I think it was a calendar, and now it's available separately as an individual pattern. I got that one a while back, and then I'm so excited she's doing all of the seasons. Totally love that one. But it's fall, so of course I love it. I also love, for those of you who've seen my Flosstube before, you know I love Americana stuff. And I love Teresa Kogut. And I got her Land That I Love. I've got some of the floss, not all of it, ready to go. I probably won't start this one until after New Year's. I got Prairie Schooler Summer Breeze, one of the reprints. Love that one. And finally, when I ordered Nevermore from Lila's Studio, isn't there an unwritten rule that says no chart can travel alone? So I sure didn't want that poor little chart coming all the way to Texas on its own. I didn't want it to be lonely, so I also ordered a Quaker Welcome by Lila Studio. I love that. I think it's pretty. It's something that I can leave out all the time. I also am a member of both the Floss Fix and Floss Frenzy clubs from Fat Quarter Shop. These are just the two most recent ones. This one is Floss Frenzy. I believe it was called Midnight. Yeah, Midnight Navy and Daffodil Yellow. So floss. And floss is hard to get. I saw someone's Instagram today that they showed a DMC, what is it called, display, and it was completely full of DMC. And everybody was saying, where was this? Where was this? And it was at their Hobby Lobby. So I need to go to Hobby Lobby. Not that I'm short on a lot of DMC, but there are a few colors that I use quite a bit. So like I gotta go check that out, just to see if it made it all the way to my hometown too. So that's my haul and my whips and my finishes. I wanted to show you because some of you are quilters and I've shown my quilting in the past, and so I wanted to show you some of the things that I have. So if you're not interested in quilting, thank you for stopping by. I do have that one request that I was going to add at the end. So if you want to fast forward to that or just suffer through the quilting, then I'll mention that at the end. This is, I'm going to put a picture so you can see the whole thing easier and more clearly. But Fat Quarter Shop had a flag pattern that I really liked, except I like to have wall hangings above my front door, and they have to be a certain size. And the pattern that Fat Quarter Shop had was more like a lap quilt, and it was much, much too big. And so I took the idea from that pattern, and it's a free pattern on Fat Quarter Shop, and I'll try to remember to link that. But I adjusted it and changed it and kind of made it my own, so that it would fit over my front door, on the inside of my front door. And so this is, let's see, I'll hold it. Don't know if you can see it or not. Hope so. This is my flag wall hanging. I love the little friendship stars, and I just made the stripes with, I believe those were 3-inch squares. So yeah, don't look at it too closely. I made it really fast. I'm missing some points, but oh well. I really like this. And it was a really quick stitch, and I just quilted it on my machine. So I had it up and ready for the 4th of July. The other two that I'm going to show you, one I'm not going to show you right now, is Derby House. I'm behind on that one, and I'm going to try to catch up with it, but right now I've got too many other things going on. I did spend last weekend catching up on Sherry McConnell's block of the month. This is her June block, and I'm doing mine all in Bonnie and Camille fabrics, just leftovers that I have. And I tend to use bold colors for quilting, darker, richer colors. I love fall. Like I said, I've got lots of fall quilts. I've got lots of red, white, and blue quilts. For this particular quilt, I'm kind of choosing, intentionally, I'm choosing like sherbet type colors. I wouldn't say pastels, but something a little bit softer. So I'm choosing those colors from my Bonnie and Camille scraps. So this was the June block. And this one I think is my favorite. This is the July block, and I don't really like the way it's showing up here. I like it much better in person. This is a white background with a little orange dot. This was from Miss Kate, I believe. The gray is from The Good Life. But I love, in real life, honestly, I do not like the way it's showing up here. But in real life, I love the gray and the orange. I really don't know why, but it's become my favorite block. So, well, and this is the August block. So I will put a picture of all of the blocks for this quilt here. Okay, the other quilt that I was going to show you, or the other blocks that I was going to show you, are my blocks for Moda Blockheads. Now, I'm not doing all of the blocks. Some of them are applique, some of them are just blocks that don't appeal to me, and there are going to be, I believe, 56. And since I'm doing the 8-inch blocks, I don't need all 56 blocks by any means to have a good size quilt. So there were some over the past couple of weeks that I did want to do, and so I spent some time this weekend catching up on those as well. I don't remember who the designers were on these, so I don't want to attribute them to the wrong person, but so I've got this one, and these I'm doing all in reds and from Sherry and Chelsea's fabrics. I've got almost all their fabric lines, and I'm just choosing from my scraps. Reds, which their reds tend to be a little bit more on the orangey side, and then and the blues, and I'm also using some pinks, which are kind of peachy. So I've got a darker and a lighter red and a darker and a lighter blue. So I really like that one. That one was fun to do. And here. And this one. And this was last week's. I more or less fussy cut this piece in the middle. The pattern called for a square and then half square triangles here. Again, I've told you before, I will cut out seams. I will eliminate seams if at all possible. And so I made this one large triangle, and this piece here is also one large triangle instead of half square triangles and a square here. So this is going to be one of my favorites, I think, in the entire quilt. Love that one. And just so you know what they all look like, I will put a picture of all of the blocks for my moto block heads here. Okay, well, if you made it all the way to the end, thank you for your patience, your perseverance. I appreciate it. I appreciate you staying till the end. Like I said at the beginning, I do have a prayer request. My daughter, one of my daughters, was recently diagnosed with a serious health issue. I don't want to go into it too deeply here, but it is a major health issue, and our faith is strong, and her faith is strong, her family, her husband's faith, her faith, all very strong. So we are asking for prayers, and so if you would be so kind as to do that, I would be very, very grateful, and I know she would too. We know that, well, there go all of my quilt blocks. We know that God is in control, and we know that this world is not our home. But she does have 3 little boys, and so we very much would covet your prayers. So thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. This community, as everyone knows who is a part of it, is a wonderful community. I'm very, very blessed and very thankful to be a part of it. I hope you all have a beautiful, blessed weekend, and I truly intend to not have a 3-month gap before my next video. Thank you so much. I hope you have a beautiful evening.